So, Broussard, is Luka proving that he can carry this Mavs team into the playoffs?
I'm going to say no just because I think he proved it last year. They were the 7th seed in the West, and that was with Kristaps Porzingis, his second guy, missing 18 games. He took them to the playoffs. They were only like 2.5 games out of 4th place last year. So what was the aberration was the slow start this year. And I think that's because Luka just wasn't in shape. And now he's in basketball shape. He's playing at the top of his game. 30 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds during that stretch you've talked about where they've won 8 of 10. Remember, they only need to get into the top 10 because you're in the play-in game. I guarantee you they'll do that. Let me throw this out there, too. Luka's shooting 44% from 3 over the last month. If he's going to do that, he's unstoppable.
Yep.
All right, now you know what? Broussard, every once in a while, I'm this close to being like, you know what? I don't even know why I like Chris Broussard. All his takes are just so bad. And then he comes out with a gem on Luka. It was great. It was just great take. Almost everything he said is right. I'm just going to add this. Of course, he proved it last year. They're not going to be in the play-in. They're going to continue to win. They've won 8 of their last 10. And I had to listen during the break to Broussard and Brandon both just paint beautiful tapestries about tell me who's playing better than James Harden over the last month. This guy who's averaging 32, 8, and 8. And over the last 10 games, shooting 47% from 3 on the season now. 36% from 3. He is arguably, now that he's in shape, and I typically, Brandon, would hold the beginning of the season against him for being out of shape. But we don't hold anything against anybody. That's unfair. He didn't quit on the Mavs. He was just a little overweight, so who cares? So listen, Luka, MVP, I suppose. No, Luka got to be in the MVP discussion. He didn't quit on the Mavs. He just overate on the Mavs. So who cares?
A few more games.
Of course he can carry them into the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying, Brandon. So, yeah, of course he can.
Disappointed
I love
in
these
you,
new
Nicholas.
rules.
Porzingis played 20 games. He's missed 13. He's back. He's playing well. He's giving about 19 and 8, and that's what Luka needs, another guy. They were so desperate for more scoring. That's why Myles Garrett's tweeting out to Mark Cuban like, hey, you need a big guard. I know you're missing Porzingis, and bring in old Myles Garrett in his Jurassic Park T-shirts. So now that Porzingis is back, Luka will play better.
See that Myles Garrett jumping up? That was like 34-foot box jump yesterday.
Wearing Jurassic Park
Incredible.
shirts.
That's it. You guys see Zion last night? Let's talk some New Orleans. He was so good again. 26-10. Pelicans took down the NBA's top team, the Utah Jazz. Hey, Broussard, was last night more about Zion and the Pelicans' win or Utah's loss?
Well, let me not just ignore the Jazz. They've now lost 3 of their last 6, all right? So we can put all the talk about them being the 2014 Spurs or one of those Warriors teams. We can put that to bed, all right? They're coming back to the pack. So, but I had to say that, but this is more about New Orleans. And look, they've won 8 of their last 15, which for a young team like that is a nice stretch. And it coincides with Zion having the ball in his hands. Give Stan Van Gundy some credit.
Yep.
He's put the ball in Zion's hands a little more. Not exclusively, which I don't want that. But occasionally Zion's running a high pick and roll. He's even playing some point guard. And that gives the defense a different look, which I like. His numbers are great, 27 points a game during that stretch. Here's the other thing. We know Brandon Ingram's playing well. And then Lonzo. During this last 15 games where they've gone 8-7, Lonzo is really acclimating to being not the point guard all the time. He's averaging 17 points and shooting 46% from 3. In New Orleans, they have a poor man's big 3 developing with Zion, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo that maybe eventually can turn into a real big 3.
There it is.
It's cute right now. Maybe it'll be handsome in a few years.
Okay, so quick note on Zion, and then I'm going to get to the Jazz. Listen, everyone, if you have a chance, should go back and watch that third quarter last night. Because what Zion did to Rudy Gobert and just getting to the rim at will against the Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA was magnificent. And, by the way, updated NBA player pyramid coming out tomorrow. Total vindication for Zion's spot on the pyramid, which Chris Broussard, I think Broussard had him beneath Chris Boucher on his player pyramid. So vindication for Zion's spot on the pyramid. Now to the Jazz.
Throw him under the
Folks, NBA Twitter, stop treating the Utah Jazz like my mother used to treat Brussels sprouts. Like, I know they're terrible, I know you hate them, but you've got to eat them. Grown-ups eat them. They're good for you. There are no added vitamins and minerals from appreciating the Jazz ball movement. They're not a contender. They're not interesting. They don't have a superstar. Nobody actually cares about them outside of Salt Lake City. And you don't get some badge of NBA true fan for being like, you know what? I love the way the ball just pops from Ingles to Bogdanovich. Shut up. You're pretending to like watching them play. You don't actually like watching them play.
Jazz
and now,
fans
as they
are
come
coming
back
at
to the
you. Something's wrong
pack,
with you.
everyone now can ignore them
Nick,
the way we're
something's wrong with
supposed to.
you.
It's enough. No, I'm just being honest. They treat them
I
like they're the
actually do
NBA's
like watching the
vegetables.
Jazz.
Like, you don't have to like them, but you don't have to, but you have to eat them. No, I don't. I don't actually, Wilds.
Oh my
I don't.
goodness.
You know what I like about watching the Jazz? The ball movement and the way the ball pops from, Bojan to Ingles. They're really moving around. They're a balanced
It's a
squad,
fun
Nick.
team
I
to
know you're going
watch.
to say they're not a superstar. I'd argue that Spider is a superstar in the making. He's not super duper star. He's not an immortal god, but he's right there on the cusp. Stay tuned for your player pyramid. We'll see where he is.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.